What's going on, guys? Coming at you today with another video for the First Descendant. Today we're talking about the new update, Season 3, Episode 2, titled Assemble. Stay tuned. Okay, so Season 3, Episode 2 drops on November 6th, and it will feature a ton of new content. Let's start off with the new story pack, titled Assemble. In the last episode, Corell's plan to open the Dimension Gate to Qliphoth using the Ironheart energy absorbed by the Descendants was revealed. Alpha was captured in a confrontation with Corell, and Harris, who also suffered severe injuries, makes a great sacrifice to be reborn as a Descendant. The story that unfolded on Axion will come to its conclusion during Episode 2. In Episode 2, we'll see all of the Descendants come together to try and discover what happened to Alpha. Every Descendant will be featured in this chapter of the story as it leads into its epic climax. This serves as a major turning point in the story as we approach the final battle with Corell. There are two new weapons coming in this update. First off is the Hypernova Sword, which is the new melee weapon, which will be available in the Season 3, Episode 2 Battle Pass. Its standard attack is a 7-hit combo, followed by a rapid hit finisher. Its special ability throws the sword forward, causing tow and inflicting damage on all enemies caught in its whirlwind. It then causes an explosion when the sword is recalled to you. The damage from this explosion is based on the length of time the sword was out before being recalled. And here is a look at its Transcendent skin. The other new weapon is a tactical rifle called the Hive Master. This can be farmed within the new Supermassive Receptor dungeon, coming up in a second. It fires bugs that attach to enemies, inflicting damage while infecting not only the target, but all targets around it. Alright, so this brings me to the new dungeon, called the Supermassive Receptor dungeon. This can be accessed in the Axion Plains or via the Infiltrations console in Albion. The Supermassive Receptor dungeon is a research facility that's featured in the new story. It begins out on the Axion Plains, and then moves on to an infiltration of the facility itself. Battles take place within a massive cavern, which displays colossi specimens all around. Combat commences upon moving platforms, which offer a new thrilling experience. Here you can see the boss of the dungeon, Pattern Flores. They are releasing 32 new Ultimate Sword modules and 18 new Ultimate Descendant modules. They're releasing 2 new external component sets, one called Hazmat Disposal Team, which focuses on Toxic type Descendant, and the other is called Pulsating Power, which focuses on Emission type skills. They are also releasing 3 new trigger modules, Steel Vanguard, which triggers off of the Clash type skills, Relative Speed, which triggers off of Slow type skills, and Domino Dive, which triggers off of Chain type skills. In addition to all this, we are also getting 19 new mutant cells that focus on your ability trigger tags and offer a variety of new bonuses and buffs. We are now getting a brand new type of module called the Ancestors module. These will randomly generate up to 4 different stat options. Just like the trigger modules, the values differ, so you'll have to farm multiple in order to get your perfect rolls. They go into any of the 10 slots, like any other mod, and the capacity can be reduced if placed into a matching socket affinity. Ancestor modules are specific to each Descendant and offer options keyed to that individual Descendant only. So for example, Bunny would get boosted electric options or boosted fusion options, but never tech options or fire options. If done right, a single module can replace 2 or even 3 other modules, freeing up space to customize your builds even further. Getting stats like increased range could eliminate the need for ranged-based mods. For example, or getting crit options could free up the need for using all 4 different crit modules, thus allowing you to focus on other areas to really give you more freedom over your build. Ancestor modules can also be advanced beyond the standard yellow legendary stat tier. They can be upgraded to the new red Transcendent tier, meaning that at max stats, they potentially rival all of the other modules that currently exist stat by stat. Just like the weapon cores, you can re-roll the options and try to get better stats. And if you don't like them, you can choose to keep the previous options instead. Unfortunately, the re-roll works like the hover bikes, where you roll everything. You can't lock them like you can when re-rolling your weapons. Keep in mind though, that the more you adjust them, the more they will cost. Ancestor modules can only be obtained in limited quantities per day and can be obtained from Sigma Sector dailies, taking down Wall Crasher, and purchasable via the ETA vendor. Player trading is being added to the game, but it has very strict conditions. Only 2 things can currently be traded right now: trigger modules and ancestor modules, and it requires caliber to do so. There is also a 1-month trade restriction on newly released modules, so starting out, only the 15 currently available trigger modules will be eligible for trading. Now, I know a lot of people are going to see this as a bad thing, but that's not necessarily the case. Many games do things like this, and it's great for free players. For example, if I choose to buy $100 worth of caliber, you can then trade me something and get your own caliber essentially for free. This way you can buy things from the shop without having to spend any real money, and you get to actually do something worthwhile with your extra modules that you've already farmed for. It's a win-win. They will be setting up a trade market on the official website as well as on the companion app to make finding trade partners easier. This is great for bridging the language gap as well. As always, this new update will bring a new battle pass, which will feature the new sword, the Hypernova. It also includes a new medieval knight skin and various other items like a spawn, a sieve, back attachment, emotes, weapon skins, and various upgradable items. Inversion reinforcement will also be reset. Now this brings me to the highlight of this update, our brand new Descendant, Harris. Harris is a toxic Descendant that is tech and fusion. Just like Keelan, she has no MP, and her kit is designed for close-ranged combat. Though she does have a transmod that converts her to ranged. I have a full video showcase of her abilities that I will link in the description below for those that are interested. But for the sake of saving time, I will not go through it here. The monthly balanced Descendant for November is Haley. Most of her basic skill damage has been increased, and the movement speed penalty for her third ability has been reduced from 2.5% per stack down to 1% per stack. Her cryogenic cluster shot transmod has been buffed, and the maximum number of shots has been increased to 18. She's also getting 2 brand new transmods, Camouflaged Sniping and Cold Heart. Camouflaged Sniping gives her a temporary stealth effect whenever you activate her 4th ability. It also increases the maximum stacks of her 3rd ability up to 30, allowing for a much higher damage threshold. Cold Heart increases her critical hit rate and critical hit damage when she's in close range. It changes her first ability into a similar effect to Cryogenic Cluster Shot, though fires only 12 rounds instead of 18. Her third gets a reduction to its efficiency, but the movement speed penalty is removed completely. Her 4th also changes completely, now causing an explosion that deals AoE damage instead of pulling out her Zenith sniper rifle. Speaking of her Zenith, all unique weapons are now going to be getting additional stats based on the weapon cores you currently have equipped. Additionally, Glay will also be getting a beef up to her fire rate, her sprint speed, her firearm critical hit, and skill power based on her weapon cores. plans to update the remaining Descendants. Freyna, Valby, Lepic, Luna, and Jaber's unique weapons are currently in the works. Don't know exact time as to when those will be released. More on that as I know it. As you already know, I'm sure, the First Descendant's second special collaboration will be with Bayonetta. This collaboration will consist of skins, weapon skins, social motions, and events. They did state that due to IP licensing conflicts, there is not any actual playable content, same problem they had with Nier, but they did say there is another special collaboration currently in the works with a major IP that will include actual playable content, but it's still in its early stages, so they didn't go into any further details on that. Nor did they tell us who the collaboration was with. Again, more on that as I know. We have 3 new events coming. First off, we have the First Descendant Bayonetta collaboration, which is a daily login event that runs from November 6th until December 4th. We have the Fest of Abundance, which is also a daily login event that runs from November 6th until December 18th. And finally, we have the Assemble Supermassive Receptor event, which runs from November 6th until December 4th. As a side note, for those that are interested, they released Luna's song Crazy that was featured during her concert in her story. You can get it on all major music apps, and the song's instrumental version is also available. And that's it for this video, guys. As always, thank you for watching, and I'll catch you next time. Later.